Welcome to Crave the Rave, a naughty podcast for old school ravers who need a fix of the rave. I'm Lady Bizarre.
And I'm Jess the Mess. On each episode, we'll be reminiscing over hilarious, embarrassing, and downright mental stories from our raver days.
Think trippy tales, fezzy fails, and stories from the sesh.
We've seen, heard, and done it all. And we bet you have too.
So join us for a trip down memory lane. Hey Jess!
Hey Lara!
How you doing?
Good.
Episode 13.
Woohoo!
Ooh, unlucky for some.
Is it an unlucky number for you?
No, I don't really care. It's the baker's dozen, isn't it? Is that right? Or am I
No, a baker's dozen is 12.
Yeah, but
No.
is it? A dozen is 12 and a baker's dozen. No, but that doesn't make any sense. I have no idea.
6 to 1 half a dozen.
3 plus 3 equals 7. Yeah, we could just
12 plus 1 is 13.
It's really funny that this is episode 13. It should have been the last episode that was episode 13, considering we were talking about all these superstitions.
But I don't find number 13 like anything weird. I find it so mad that some hotels don't have a floor 13.
No, I didn't know that. Are you serious?
Yeah. And you get in the lift and there's no 13 on the buttons. Yeah, it's a thing. Quite a lot actually.
Oh my god!
Like not just like, like UK hotels and anywhere.
What do you think that they think is going to happen? Everyone's just going to check in and never make it through the night?
I don't know, but that's the thing. I mean, Friday the 13th is a real thing.
Oh yeah,
because I got arrested on Friday the 13th when I was a kid. Yep, for the 5-finger discount of WH Smith's when I was 13 actually.
Shut up.
Yeah, that didn't go down well, so I got caught stealing remember those pencils that used to put the lead in and click and then the lead would come out and you could draw it? I actually, do you know what's mad? I didn't even steal it. So now I'm like, hang on, if I'd known my bloody rights when I was 13, I would have told him to do one. But anyway, I had it up my sleeve and I panicked because I saw I was being watched and I took it out my sleeve. And my friend that I was with had £40 worth of smelly pens. Do you remember smelly pens?
Obviously.
And we got caught, and then the security guard was such an arsehole, and the police came and they put us in the bloody back of the van, and basically they scared us so much. But the police were really fine. Do you know what they did it exactly right? How you should treat a 12 and 13-year-old that were shoplifting. They did it exactly right. They scared the shit out of us, and then they called our parents. But they scared me so much that I never stole anything since. So they did their job well. The security guard, on the other hand, was an absolute prick. And my friend was going to America with her family to Florida, like the big family holiday they've been saving up for years, in about 3 days' time. She told him that. I don't know how he got that information out of her.
She probably went, please, no, I've got to da-da-da-da-da. She probably begged him, thinking that he might have compassion. But no.
Maybe she thought she was going to prison and she thought that this was the last day. And then he was like, well, you can't go to America. You know they don't let felonies in. They don't let, criminals in. That everyone knows that, don't they? You're really strict America. You're not going to that family holiday. She wouldn't stop crying. And then they put us, when we got to the police station, they put us in a cell together and they were like, don't talk to each other. Obviously, I was like, fuck that, we're going to talk. But we actually were like a bit worn out. We had nothing really to say. She just didn't stop crying. It was annoying me. I felt like, stop bloody crying. We're not going to get anywhere by you crying.
Shut up.
Shut up. You're making this 10 times worse. Stop crying. And then what was also really funny was we'd been in HMV and I actually got her to steal a single. And the single was Nicola from Big Brother. I don't know if you remember her. She was the bald lesbian from like the first series. And she released a tune that was called It's Only a Game. And but that's how it went. And we robbed that. And then the security guard, rightly so, said, if you're going to do a 5-finger discount, which is where I got that saying from, I'd never heard of it before. I was like, what? If you're going to do a 5-finger discount, get something good, not this crap.
That same security guard from
The same security guard. I think he was trying to be funny, but it wasn't at the time. And he was
shit.
saying that basically the single that we robbed, which was Nicola, was crap, which I completely agree, but I really wanted it. So I got my mate to rob it for me, and then we got arrested. And ever since that time, I've always thought the Friday the 13th is an unlucky day, but the reality is I was just an absolute idiot on the rob on the high street, and I got caught that day. So yeah, that's what it means to me.
Oh, wow. You know, actually, one of my friends was telling me a story the other day. She was saying that she also got scared the shit out of. She was 12. She went on a school holiday to Disneyland Paris, and everyone was stealing loads of things from the gift shop.
Oh.
And she'd never done anything like that before, and she was like, oh my god, like everyone's stealing these things. Okay, fine, like it must be okay, you know, you're very, very easily influenced at that age. I mean, I was doing most of the influencing, but for myself personally, but she was an innocent, uncorrupted child at this point. And so she stole it, like some sort of fluffy toy or whatever. She gets caught, she gets arrested.
No.
She gets sent to a police station in Paris, and she had given a fake name. So for hours she was missing, and they called round all the different police stations,
but they can't find her because the name.
Yeah, because she'd given a fake name and stuff. So she was missing for hours, and she said it was like the scariest thing that's ever happened. Like 12-year-old, because she's not from France, she was on a school trip. She's actually from Spain. So 12-year-old banged up abroad for stealing a soft toy and missing in action. Like, oh my god. She said it was so scary, and she said like you, she's like, that put me off for life.
Yeah. You know what I think about when I hear that though? This is how you know I'm older. The poor teachers. They lost a kid. How terrifying would that be? Like, oh my god. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what name she gave.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with a quick name?
Like a Disney character or something. Actually, talking of names, you little bitch.
Oh god.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Yeah, mate, you plastered all over Insta.
Yes.
Go on, have it out. Go on, have it out with me then.
All right. I did put a little video up on Instagram when I found out. Well, for anyone who has listened to episode 12, the episode before this, a certain Jess the Mess decided to correct me, saying in my story about Derren Brown, she was like, actually, it's Derren Brown. Why are you saying it so weird? It's not Jareen or Doreen or Darren.
You were saying it weird. Whether it was Derren Brown or not, you were saying it weird. You weren't saying it with conviction. You were going, Derren. Why do I say it? And let me tell you what my comeback to this is, right? I bet you any money his name ain't bloody Derren. His name's Darren, but he's trying to be cool as celebrities do. Like, you know, I don't know. When I was younger, I used to put a K in Jessica. You know, that sort of thing. He's just mixing it up a bit. So I bet you if we actually asked him, his name would be Derren Brown, and I'll be right.
I don't know. I'm not convinced by that argument, but
Derren.
He's daring Brown. He's very daring. Derren Brown. Anyway, Derren Brown. So fuck you, motherfucker. I was right. Yes, I didn't have conviction, but you corrected me and I fell into your trap. So anyway.
Well, don't. Fuck you. Don't listen to anything I say. When it comes to any words, don't listen to anything I say. I thought you'd know this. I say every word wrong.
That's why I'm so pissed at myself. I'm like, how the fuck did you manage to pull the wool over my eyes when literally on that episode you couldn't say the word spirituality, and it was like we were talking like you were claiming to be the guru of life and like a spiritual guide, and they couldn't say the word spirituality. Like, that is just, why did I take guidance from you in this area?
Look, listen, Derren Brown won't mind if we got his name wrong, all right? Chill, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Darren's not worrying about it, so I wouldn't worry about it if I was you.
I'm legit gonna send him a message. Actually, can you just send him a telepathic message and just tune into him, Jessie, seeing as you're a girl, and just ask him truly.
No, do it on bloody Instagram.
All right, the real way.
Anyway, enough about old Derren. We've talked about Derren enough.
Fine. I will actually send that message. I'm gonna get ghosted, but whatever.
It'll be like the time when I gave myself a nickname. Do you remember this? When I used to tell everyone at festivals and raves that my name was...
Jelly.
And you lot used to fucking hate it, and you wouldn't ever call me it, but I used to introduce myself, as I did when I made loads of new friends at a rave, as Jelly. And then everybody used to call me Jelly. But what would be funny is at the end of the night or whatever, when I finally found my mates again, you lot, and I'd come back with a big crew of new mates, and they'd be like, Jelly, Jelly, Jelly. And you'd be like, oh, God, she hasn't told you her name's Jelly, is it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm like, shut up. Yes, it is.
I'm not going to call you Jelly. It's fucking ridiculous. Like...
Oh, I like it.
No, babe. To be fair, Catherine, our good mate...
does call me it.
She does call you it. She did call it, but she's such a good sport. Like, bless her.
She's lovely.
Yeah, she just did it because she knew it made you happy. I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and that's what a good friend should do. That's what you guys should have done for me. The people at the rave called me it. Catherine called me it. Catherine rolled her eyes at the beginning and didn't want to do it, but she saw how happy it made me. And I think, bloody hell, just give me a nickname. I tried to have that nickname for, honestly, about 3 years. I'm not even exaggerating, 3 years. And then one day I listened to the radio and they're talking about things that people can't do, like nicknames and stuff. And they were like, yeah, you can't give yourself a nickname. And I was like, oh, fuck. All right,
someone else can give you a nickname. And also, like, where are your friends from the rave now, bruv? Your little jelly friends?
Yeah, good point. Where are my friends now? To be honest,
trying to say I'm not a good friend, but who's still here, brother?
You and only you, mate. I don't know where the rest of our gang is either. So yeah, fair enough. All right, well, I'll be Jessica with a K then.
Oh God. What? Yeah, or Little Red. What was it? Little Red Raving Hood.
Yeah, that was another one. Little Red Raving Hood.
That's so good.
And actually, I forgot to say when we talk about iPods and all Nantech and all the technology.
Oh yeah.
Episode that I actually had an iPod that had Little Red Raving Hood engraved on the back, and I fucking loved it. It was
so
red.
Good.
Oh, it was so
yeah,
good.
But I'm never going to call you that. Be like, hey, have you met my friend Little Red Raving Hood?
Yo, yo, yo.
No, yo. Just for the listeners, she's putting her hands in the air like gum fingers, and it's really cringe. Just so you can get visual on that.
just in case you're wondering. Well, look, I know that you've always called me Jess. Oh, you actually got makeup bags. Remember the makeup bag? Oh my God, the makeup bags.
Oh yeah.
Tell the story. Yeah. It's good. You just got me, girl.
Right.
We were pranksters, weren't we?
Yeah, we actually were. We were. So years ago, right, Jessie's sister bought Jessie for her birthday, I think, a makeup bag which had her name on, like printed on it. It was gorgeous.
Jessie.
Anyway, do you still have it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hang on, I got it right here. Hang on.
Show me. Oh, there it is. It's bloody lovely. Jessie, yes. And there's no K, just Jessie. Just bog standard Jessie.
Just bog standard Jessie, yeah.
No Zs. Jessie, Yeah. Those gun fingers, I'm a Jessie. Yeah. Okay, now we're both doing it. It's great. Okay. So she bought this makeup bag. All right, can you just tell the story? Because I know it's my story, but you probably remember it better.
I definitely remember it.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, of course I do. So, my sister got a makeup bag delivered to Lara because she lived with me, and Lara was wrapping it up and giving it to me on my birthday. But the order had got lost, so they told the company that their order hadn't arrived. However, in that time, they'd sent a new one, but the original one turned up in the post. So then there was two. However, randomly, another one had been delivered as well. So by pure, they must have put the order through wrong. So 3 separate deliveries of 3 personalised makeup bags got posted to our house, which you took accountability for. I opened up my birthday.
That's not.
Is that right? That is right.
No, what do you mean accountability?
You took.
That's like saying it's my fault. You mean responsibility?
You were in charge of it, weren't you? Yeah,
no, that's not accountability. Accountability is like, okay, that's my fault.
Responsibility.
I took responsibility for, or I took the job on. No, it ain't.
Potato.
Darren, fuck off.
Darren, exactly. So then, I opened up on my birthday a makeup bag which had my name on, just the one, and I was like, "Oh, that's amazing, thank you." Ages later, like months later, I'd moved home to my parents, and I had in my drawers, the bottom drawer, which I hardly went in, the ones that you have all your pajamas in and stuff, I pulled out another exactly the same makeup bag. And it spun me out. I was like, what? Anyway, I messaged you, like, I don't know about that. How come there's two? I was like, I don't know.
I was like, that's mad. Really what? That's so weird. Like, are you sure? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Messaged my sister. She didn't know anything about it. I was like, God, this is really weird. Why is there two? But I thought, actually, you know what? It was so long ago. Maybe I opened up two. Maybe there was one inside the other one. So I checked the other one and everything, like whatever. I had them both in front of me, exactly the same. I was like, this is mad. They're both been personalised as well, so it's not like shop bought, like, So I was like, okay, so this is weird. So anyway, I was like, okay, maybe there was one inside the bag and it was a two set and I didn't realise when I opened it, or maybe they were squeezed together and I didn't notice it. That's what I thought. Months later, I went in the same drawer again and I found another one. And I ask you, and you claim not to know anything about it, and my sister claimed not to know anything about it, and now I'm tripping out. I'm like, what?
They're multiplying.
What is going on here? And you're adamant that you don't know what it is, and I'm like, this is really getting me. Where has this come from? Really spooked me, actually. Anyway, months and months, maybe even years later, you admitted that you had hidden them in my drawers.
You were freaked out, though. I remember you were like, nah, seriously, like this is too much now. And I
don't think I said it like that. Nah, seriously, bruv, I ain't having none of this. I said, what's going on here?
This is rather bizarre. How odd.
Rather crazy. Yeah. But yeah, no, it really did actually, like, I was going to say shake me up. I mean, it wasn't that dramatic, but I was confused. No,
because you like ghost stuff, but you also get scared the shit out of like ghosty stuff. Yes, so I think you were kind of a bit like, okay, this is actually a bit fucked up now. Like you were like, this is witchy and I don't like it.
So I don't know if anyone else is like me, but like my default when I can't explain something is a ghost. Okay. If I can't explain something, the first thing I think of it's a ghost.
The ghost has a special printer for personalized makeup bags.
Yeah, it knows how to put an order in with the shop.
Oh, right, that makes more sense than them having the actual printer. Yeah, I get it.
I don't know it just really freaked me out. Anyway, girl did good. You got me. Well done. That is actually really fucking funny.
Yeah, I know. It was hilarious.
I don't think my sister really understood what was going on, to be honest with you. She was like, what?
I probably just told her don't even say anything because she's such a baithead that, like, I know I can hold it together without, like...
Yeah, you're better off just not telling her anything. That's probably why she can't remember the story. She didn't know about it.
Yeah, I'm poker face central and she's just probably would have just slipped up without even, like, meaning to. So, yeah, that's hilarious. So... Yeah. Side note, just going back to the stuff from last week, because I know we were talking about. I'm not going to bring up Derren again.
Oh, please,
Deza, but we were talking about walking over 3 drains.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so when I was cutting a clip from the episode after we did it, and I decided, I was like, why don't I Google this? Because we were asking the question about like.
Good idea.
Yeah, like, is this actually like a thing? Is it global? Is it South London? Anyway, so obviously Reddit is my main source of reliable information, and it was full of information. So basically, there was so many different like different concepts like around this. One of them made me laugh. The top one on Google, it said something like, it's actually been confused from freed reins, as in like when you drop the horse's reins and you fall. Freed
Oh, no
reins,
way.
not free drains.
Freed reins, 3 drains. No
That
fucking
that blew
way.
my mind from like another century.
I love
Yeah.
it. It's like a modern day version of like a superstition that's got so twisted because we don't have reins anymore. I love it.
That blew my mind.
3 drains, 3 reins.
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, do you remember, there's an old comedy sketch of 4 candles and fork handles. Do you know what I'm talking about? No.
No.
That was like an old school comedy sketch that my dad liked. That like Monty Python style, I think it was. I think it was even from Monty Python, but it was like there was a
Oh,
whole
right.
sketch, one of those funny old school classic humor that wouldn't really get us now. But it was like this guy in a shop being like, I want 4 candles, and then he starts bringing out fork handles, you know, just shit like that. Anyway, it reminds me of that. Anyway, so then I started going deeper into Reddit, and
Yeah.
so basically there was all sorts of concepts, and I'm wondering whether you've heard of this one. So if you spit on the 3rd drain,
Yes, I've heard that one, but I'm not going to spit in
you
public.
can undo the bad luck.
Undo it all.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it. I'd rather avoid the drain. I'm not going to spit. I think people that spit are... I think if I was to be a prime minister, I'd make spitting a legal offence. It makes me mad.
I think it is illegal to spit in someone's face.
Which bloody well should be. But I would make a lot of cyclists, they spit and it really irritates me, especially in COVID times when people just spit.
But the only time I've done that on my bike is when I've like there's a fly that's gone in my mouth.
You've done
I don't think they just spit. Yeah, no, I don't do it. I actually don't do it. But
no, you sound like you definitely do it. The way you're going on, you definitely do it.
Do you know what? Confession time. I've got memories of me walking along the street with my mum, and this is when I was a teenager. So we're talking, I was wearing white Adidas tracksuit bottoms and like ghetto, well, thinking I was ghetto, but really I was like posh, back to the posh rude girl days.
Yeah.
Anyway, my mum's incredibly like middle class and posh, like lovely woman. We love my mum, but yeah, she's like very, very well spoken and like super respectful. So actually, oh my god. Side note from the side note, this is just how I live my life, but she used to like, she's the sort of woman that picks up things that could obstruct an old lady. So there'll be a little bag or like anything on the floor that like she thinks could be an obstacle and maybe trip over a woman so she breaks her hip. She will go out of her way to pick it up and put it on the sidewalk. And when I was a young teenager and I was spitting,
she didn't pick it up, did she?
She didn't. Sorry, I'm blending 2 stories, but that just cracked me up. She got out her handkerchief and she wiped it up, just like the Queen. I don't know why I said the Queen, but you know, I have a vision of the Queen waving her handkerchief for some reason. God, this has gone out of control now, but no, she didn't pick up my spit, but I now do this. I do this, and I've caught myself doing this a few times. If I'm on my bike and there's like a plastic bag blowing or something in the street obstructing or whatever, I'll be cycling. I'll be like, don't do it. I'll be like, don't do it, Lara. It's fine. It's going to be okay. But then my mum's voice is there. Well, someone could trip and fall and break themselves. And I go, turn my bike around. I'm like, for fuck's sake, through gritted teeth. And I do it. And then I feel good.
Oh, and you do it now.
I do it now. So I have now. We're officially 35. And I'm doing like citizen, what's it called? I'm like doing like community service for free now.
You sort of lost me. What's this got to do with spitting?
All right, I'm coming back. So spitting, I just have a memory of spitting and my mum being like, telling me that's gross and horrified, and me being like, you know, we all do it. Or just having no problem with it. And like even littering as a young teenager, obviously my mum I'd be like, whatever, like, just, it was very short windows of time that I did these things, but I feel like I cycled through all of these bad habits, and then somewhere my mum's, thank God, conscience and good values sort of just clicked in. And by the time I hit 16, I wasn't doing any of these gross things, thank God. But there was a period where I was rebelling against anything I was told that wasn't good. or I shouldn't be doing, I did. Like, that was just how I acted out.
I think it's part of growing up, and I also think that's why good parenting really matters, because everybody has sort of those moments, and you do have your parents in the back of your mind saying, no, that's not okay. I mean, what's mad to me is that you were like that, but you still call your mum and dad mummy and daddy.
Mummy, I'm gonna spit on this fucking floor, and if you like it or not.
Yo, mummy.
Mummy, shut up. Fuck you, mummy. No, legitimately.
No, but you're joking about it, but you do. You actually do call them mummy and daddy even now, which is mad.
I know. There was a period when I hit like uni age where I was like, right, there was like one day where I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and like convert myself into like mum and dad.
It just doesn't feel right.
I just was like, mum, me. I just don't have it. For me, they are mummy and daddy, and they just will be. But it's funny because my dad called his parents all the way through his adult life by their first names.
Yeah, that's
never
mad.
Mum and Dad, which I thought was interesting.
I went through a phase of that, but I think it was just for attention, really. I mean, even Baby D calls me mum.
Oh, really? No mummy? You bypassed mummy?
Yeah, it's mainly mum. I mean, she's only 2. She's mainly mummy, but there are times when she calls me mum. Mum!
I can see her being like Jess, just like really like little
madam, totally.
Like Jess. Like when she gets a bit older, it's gonna be pure like Jess, God. Like Aggie Jess, like Aggie, like Jess. I'm not listening.
Yeah,
I can just see it now.
Yeah, like the other day, she told me, "You're so annoying."
This girl is, how old is she? 2.5?
2, going on 16. You're so annoying, Mum. I was like, whoa. Oh, she was like, shh, you're so annoying, Mum. I was like, okay, holding tight and away we go, because it's going to be a fun ride. But I think if she gets to like 35 and is calling me mummy, I will be like, let's go for the mum now. It just doesn't work for you. It's weird though when you say it in front of people. Maybe just keep it to you and your sister.
Do you know what? It's when I need to try and find my mum and we're in a shop and we're like in Urban Outfitters or something.
Oh, you don't.
You know? Of course. What am I going to do? Shout? What else am I going to shout? I'll be like, Mummy!
No, they call her by a name then.
I am not going to say my mum's name. Like, she'd be horrified. She'd be offended.
I mean, it's weird that you're shouting for your mum in a shop anyway, Lara. That is weird. Why would you be shouting for your mum in a shop?
I'm lost in the lingerie section. Mummy!
Help me. Has anyone seen my mummy? Yeah, she went that way down the paint aisle.
Paint aisle in Urban Outfitters. All right.
Imagine him being cute. Right. Imagine him being cute. The sort of place you lose someone is being
cute.
That's
true.
IKEA. Yeah, she's down by the
Also,
lighting.
We're in different stages of our life. The chance of me being in a being cute are very, very small.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, you spent all morning. Where were you?
Yeah, the Ideal Home Show. So, yeah. Anyway, this is boring. Let's move on.
All right. So, here I am again with more offcuts from last week, the overflow section. Offcuts, like stuff that we forgot to say or that have happened, like we've realised following like the last episode. So here we go. This is like the odd bits episode.
Yeah, mopping up episodes.
Yeah, the mopping up the scraps. But basically, after the day that we did the last episode where we were talking about superstitions, about you finding money, about kind of spirituality, the universe, manifesting things, I went just a few hours later for a lovely pedicure. Wasn't cheap. And I bought myself a lovely candle. Wasn't cheap. And it was delicious, yummy, bit of a splurge, but this candle was fucking divine, and I was like, that is a candle that I want. It had crystals coming out of it, like it was like a bit of me. Anyway, this candle. See, I am middle-aged, I am. Yeah. So anyway, I walk out and actually there was a moment, I will say, this is quite important. There was a moment where I was like, do I want to spend this much on a candle? You know, like a fucking candle. And then just immediately I was like, no, I deserve the candle. I am abundant. I am creating more money. I have a new job. It's not about the money. It's about how it makes me feel, right? This is
You
coming
go,
back to what we were
girl.
saying. You go, girl. Yeah, but last week it's all about like, it's not about, do I deserve this? Should I spend this?
No.
And it's also not about making stupid purchases. Like, oh, should I pick up 3 grams? Like, that we're not talking about something like that past. Or like, should I get this like super expensive handbag just because I quite like it? It's like, no, this is gonna make me feel fucking good and abundant and queen-like. Yeah. So anyway, that's my vibe right now. So I bought this candle and I'm walking down the street, and I kid you fucking not, one block, we say blocks here. I was walking down the street and I fucking kid you not, I find a 200 peso note, which is about £10, blowing in the wind.
Whoa.
And then about 3 seconds later, we're walking, well, yeah, a little bit longer than that, I find a second 200 peso note. So that's 20 quid, right?
Yeah, it's mad.
On the day that we were talking about you finding money immediately after buying those bottles of wine, do you know the last time that I found money? Really very rarely happens to me. And it happened to me that day. So I believe that was the universe. We need a sound effect that's like ding.
Oh, mate, it was totally the universe giving you a sign. That's what it's like, cheeky little universe. You deserve it, babes.
But what's so weird is this has happened 3 times in the last 6 months to me. Do you remember when I told you about when I was going to steal the chili?
Oh, yeah.
I went to the self-checkout and there was this tiny little green chili, right? Someone obviously didn't learn their lesson for when I was a teenager, but I'm glad you did. But anyway, I'm at the self-checkout and I'm looking at this tiny green chili and I'm like, this ain't gonna weigh anything on the thingy. I'll just throw it in the bag. This chili was probably about 30 pence or something. I don't know what came over me. I was obviously having a little rebellious moment.
If you're going to do the 5-finger discount, you might as well get something good.
All right, Miss fucking Nicole from whatever, whatever the fuck it was, from Nicola from Big Brother. Look who's talking. Anyway, but at the last moment, I was like, no, Lara, that's ridiculous. I can afford the chili. Again, it's more the energy of like, I am a fucking abundant person. I don't need to steal the chili. What message am I sending to the universe about who I am and where I am in my life? It's not that I need to steal a chili. It's that I have whatever I need, whatever I want. Yeah, preach, girl. You're like, Yeah, but it's true, right? It's like the energy of it much more than anything else. It's like scarcity, right? When we do something like that, you tap into an energy of scarcity. I don't have enough. I need to, steal this. Anyway, so I put it in my bag, and I'm not joking. The next thing I put on was a bunch of bananas, and the scale wasn't working properly. The guy comes over. This is in Sainsbury's. The guy comes over from the self-checkout man, and I'm like, it's not working. And he was like, yeah, sometimes this scale doesn't work. Do you know what? Take them for free. And he just scanned it he let me take this bunch of bananas. Wow. Sorry, can we just get a pause there? Who has anyone ever been given something free by Sainsbury's, like out of the blue like that?
What a nice man. What a
also, that was him channeling the universe to say, good girl, well done.
Totally. The universe.
Good job. Good job. Mad. And then, literally a few weeks ago, mate, this is again, thank you, middle-aged, but basically I went to the supermarket and I saw this really lovely, fluffy, soft bath mat. And I was like, ooh, bath mat. I'd love a lovely bath mat. My one right now is pretty gross. And I'm like, it's kind of expensive, kind of. Anyway, I was like, no, Lara, you deserve the bath mat. Think about how many times you have a shower here in this fucking 35-degree heat. 2-3 times a day. Imagine how your feet are going to feel on this soft bath mat 3 times a day. That's going to be such a lovely treat for your lovely feet. You deserve that, right? So I go to buy the bath mat, and I kid you not, I realize that somehow, even though it looks like she scans it, it like doesn't. I'm watching the reader and it doesn't come up. And I'm like, that's weird. I leave the supermarket, I look at my receipt, and it hadn't scanned. Everything else got scanned. But somehow when she put it through, it just didn't go on my receipt. So I got it for free anyway.
I think most people might go back and tell them that it's not been scanned.
Most people? Would you?
I think a lot of people with good karma would.
What?
I'd think about it. I don't know what the outcome would be. I did very much think about it.
Why? It was, do you know, it was a big supermarket like Walmart. If it was a local
Okay.
little shop,
Okay.
you would do that at like a huge Walmart or
Okay.
something.
I don't know, but I think a lot of people would, you know.
So I don't think many of our friends would. Maybe my parent would.
Your mum would.
My
Your
mum would. My dad
Mummy
just
would.
wouldn't give a fuck. He'd be like, oh, whatever. He wouldn't even notice in the first place. So that's, yeah. My mum would. Oh my God. My mum would go marching back there. I've watched her go back days later when she realised that she'd underpaid for something.
My nan got all the way to the car and realised she hadn't paid for a lemon from Sainsbury's, so went back to pay. And they said, don't worry about it, have it.
Yeah, that's happened to my mum too. She's like, oh, I think when I took some sweets when I was really young, she went all the way back to obviously try and teach me a lesson, and they just went, it's fine, like, enjoy the sweets. And she was like, probably thinking, that wasn't the idea of this, you know.
No, you need to tell her off.
Anyway, crazy. But yeah, okay, so anyway, but that wasn't the point. That is not the point here. The point is the universe rewards me when I do right good things.
Babes, it rewards us all for good behaviour.
Yeah. Okay, and then the final thing that I just want to mention from last week, and I know that there's been loads to add, but the final thing that I want to add is that, you know, we were talking about superstitions. What do you think about black cats?
Don't bother me
Anything?
at all. Nothing.
Okay, fine, you're good. Okay. Because, you know, that's a superstition, and I know I think it every time I see a black cat. But I don't really think anything of it as like bad luck. But what was so crazy is that last night I went for dinner with my friend and we were out in the street and there was a black cat. And I had this thought and I was like, oh, that's another superstition. I went to the toilet, I came back and he was like, that bitch is a cat. No, that cat is a bitch. And he had blood pouring down his finger and this cat had bitten him, this black cat. And I was like, oh shit, that's just so funny. Like, black cats, maybe they are unlucky. I don't know, it just made me laugh.
Instant karma, don't touch a black cat because it might bite you.
Yeah.
So, Lara, I've got some news for you. So, Mix Magazine, can I just give a shout out to Mix Magazine? How cool did you think you were when you were young and you bought a Mix Magazine? Money well spent. Told us where the raves were at, told us what was going on. I'm sorry, the fact that they're still going online is fucking sick.
I've never bought a Mix magazine.
What? I thought you were a raver.
Yeah, I am, and I was.
Do you know what Mix Mag is?
Yes, but I think, like, I don't know, back in the day we used to, like, use Resident Advisor? I don't know. I don't think I bought...
Mate, you probably listened to me to tell you where to go, which I got from Mix Mag.
Perfect. Well, there you go. Thank you. I'm glad you were then.
It started in 1983, Mix Mag.
Really?
And let me read a bit of Wikipedia on this. It was so Mix Mag is a British electronic dance and clubbing magazine published in London. Launched in 1983 as a print magazine, it has branched into dance events, including festivals and nightclubs. It was so fucking sick. When we were younger, I felt so cool buying it. I used to read it from front to back. Like, I absolutely loved the Mix Mag magazine.
Okay.
I can't believe you never bought it. But anyway, it's still online, so that's why I was giving it a little shout out. And I thought you might like this. House music has been named the most popular club music across the UK for 2024, according to a study published by A2D2 on April the 2nd. What do you think about that?
I'm not surprised at all. I think that's what I would expect.
Would you? Yeah. 16 cities. I think I'd expect that too, but this is good. 16 cities, of which they were all house music, other than Bristol.
Oh.
What was Bristol's number one dance music?
Drum and bass.
No, you'd think so. Those Bristolians do bloody love drum and bass.
Oh my God. Dubstep?
No.
Dub.
Jungle. Jungle music. Jungle is massive. And I just think, shout out to Bristolians still going in there with the jungle.
Sick.
Decades later, everyone loves jungle, but they're still going for it. And Bristolians know how to fucking party. So that's
big up Bristol.
Yeah.
I love that.
Big up Bristol. Yeah. The Bristolians know how to party. I always like the Bristolians. You can always spot them a mile off with their funky clothes. So. Yeah, they're still rocking the jungle music when everyone's moved on to house. That's why I love them guys.
She's giving it the gun fingers again.
Giving it the gun fingers.
Bristol, she's fucking... She's loving it. That's cool though. Nice.
Anyway, Lara, I actually have to go because I'm at my mum's house and about 1,000 people have just walked through the door for Sunday lunch. So I gotta stop things there. But always a pleasure, never a chore.
So fun. So
that's our mop-up episode. We've tied a few loose ends there. Soon we're going to start having guests on the show. So if you guys can suggest any of your friends, that love Raven or big characters from the Raven scene or people that just had it large back in the day that might be good on our podcast, then we'd love to chat to you about that. We've got some good guests lined up. They're going to be coming up soon. Fun people coming your way. So thank you always for listening. It's an absolute pleasure. New listeners, we see ya. Old listeners, we see ya.
All right, Granny Jess. We see ya.
We see ya. We hear ya. But yeah, Lara, I love you, girl. So
love
I'll catch you soon. Sorry, I got to run.
Enjoy Sunday lunch. I'm so jealous. I love your parents' cooking.
Thanks, babes. Me too. See ya. Bye, girl. Bye.
Bye.